Hello and welcome to AfriDominion. I am Freeman Singirankabo. Thank you so much for tuning in to our special edition program here at AfriDominion this Friday, March 20th, 2026. And for those of you guys joining us live for the very first time, we are so grateful and humble that we can come in front of you this evening as we share this special program. Despite where you are around the world, I just want to give you a huge shout out, especially those of you who are already plugged in. We have all this social media burning up right now for this conversation. I just want to let you guys know that we are literally ready to go. And also apologies for starting a little bit late, guys. You wouldn't believe, but we had some crazy technical difficulties, especially since I believe this conversation has gotten all those guys who usually trying to sabotage the conversation to really become nuts throughout this evening. Nevertheless, now we are here, guys. Now we are here, and I want to give you every single one of you, especially our technical teams who are really making this broadcast a reality. A huge thanks to all of you. Now, if you are just joining us for the very first time, I just want to say thank you, and I want to give you a huge shout out. And I also want to tell you, please welcome to our broadcast, welcome to our family of conversation. It is definitely of a humbling experience that we can have you joining us this evening tonight. For some of you, it's in the morning. Those of you who are in the afternoon, we recognize that this is a global communication. We are literally broadcasting all over the world. Whether you're joining us from a television, whether you're joining us from a radio station or social medias, welcome. How do you get in touch with us? I want to make sure that I give you a way to get in touch with us, especially after the broadcast, or if you have anything that you want to say. Today, we're going to give you all our contacts. And also, we are going to be receiving live calls. In case you wanna call in or send a text, we are going to be receiving all of that. So our main contact is www.afridominion.com. www.afridominion.com. Our main email is info@afridominion.com. info@afridominion.com. And with that in mind, guys, I also wish that they give you our studio number right away, so that in case you need to get in touch via text, call. We know that it is expensive for those of you guys to call landline. However, we can take your calls, be it landline, WhatsApp, and Telegram. Please put on our number as well so that they can also have it. And I want to make sure that those of you who have anything to say, please do so, as I will be reading the comments in real time. Our number is +1 240 626 7268. +1 240 626 7268. And with that in mind, guys, huge welcome. All of you guys who are on social media, I want to give you a huge shout out. Let me start off with those that I can see right away in front of me. I see you, Wesley. Big shout out to you, Wesley. Digital System. Therese, Wagner, Stark, 3G, Richard, Jahim, I greet you big time. John, hello, big time, John. Lily, welcome. Solange, welcome. Agnes, welcome, Agnes. Net, welcome. Chris, welcome. Black G, I'll give you a huge greetings as well. Prissy, hello, Prissy. I want to give you a huge shout out as well. Jolie, welcome, Jolie. And those of you guys that I don't mention, don't think that I'm just ignoring you guys. I have so many things in front of my screen. So as we interact, I will say hello to each and every one of you as we go. And I have the studio phone ready to go. And guys, I am ready. To hit it up, guys. I'm ready to hit it up. Salam. How you doing? Jokolo. Hello. Stella, hello, greetings, Stella, and every single one of you guys who are still coming through. I want to give you guys a huge shout out. All our brothers and sisters all over the world, welcome. If you're on X, welcome. If you're on YouTube, welcome. If you're on TikTok, welcome. If you're on WhatsApp, Telegram, welcome. Guys, we are literally broadcasting on every single one of these major platforms, just because we want to interact with you. And we also want to find you where you are, where you feel comfortable. Because this is one of those special edition programming. And since it's Friday, to some of you guys, to some of us, those of you who are on early Saturday, happy Saturday. But a huge greetings to all of you guys who are on Friday, but also our brothers and sisters, our Muslim brothers and sisters. Happy Eid to all of you guys. We know that today it's a special day. Those of you who are still celebrating. So we want to give you guys a huge shout out. All of you Muslims out there. We want to give you guys a huge shout out. We know that your Ramadan is just over and you are celebrating. Those of you who are celebrating, we want to wish you happy celebration. And those of you who are under fire, we also want to give you guys our condolences. We know, depending on where you are across the world, there's so much happening. And because of that, we want to make sure that we do not feel either insensitive to this group or that group, but we just want to give you guys a huge shout out to each and every one of you. So today it's a special broadcast. And given that it's a special broadcast, there's so much to say. I have asked enough airtime today. So we have enough airtime to discuss. If you need to say something, by all means, welcome. We have attempted to get the studio Zoom working. They're still working on it. Like I said, we've been having a lot of technical issues. Nevertheless, guys, whatever we got going on here, we will make it happen. And with all of you, I want to just express my huge thanks to every single one of you guys who have made this broadcast a reality. Depending on where you are, please share this conversation because we intend to have more and more of this conversation as we go. Baba T, hello, my brother. Haven't seen you in a while. So let's get right on him, guys. What do we want to talk about today? For those of you who haven't seen, today we are talking about something a little bit of feisty. What do I mean by feisty? If you guys can put the title right back on so they can see it. So today we want to talk about punch cards and power. So the conversation here as African. Today I want to talk from the lenses of an African. Punch cards and power. I don't know if those of you guys know anything related to these punch cards and power. However, things have been heating up. Especially just yesterday when Bibi Netanyahu, actually that would be Netanyahu, Benjamin Netanyahu. For those of you guys who do not know who he is, he's the Prime Minister of Israel. So he has these punch cards where basically he was caught on camera and on microphone bragging about the kill list that he has. So it's pretty much like, this is my punch card basically. So from there, the whole internet almost broke down. Literally, the internet broke down as everyone was making comments about it. Guys, one of the reasons being that I want to talk about it, as an African, we have this crazy rhetoric, or very strong rhetoric, that's being tossed around. However, on the flip side, depending on who's using that language, that rhetoric, it's acceptable. However, what happens if somebody else uses the same rhetoric? That's one of the things that today I want to make sure that we get to cover. Now, that's just a little teaser, guys. I have a whole rundown of different issues that I want to bring upon, or I want to bring on the table tonight so that we can actually have a conversation about it. Now, to make sure that you guys can follow me, I want to make sure that I give you specifically what tonight, the major points that I'm going to be covering. So one of the points I want to talk about, the assassination. Today now, it's okay to assassinate. It seems like it's okay. So that's point number one. Assassination is okay now. Point number two, terrorist grab on the same punch card. What if a terrorist literally borrows the same punch card and decide to have their own target? Point number three, the death context. We have literally a language that's full of death, especially within the political arena. I literally do hope that today they do not cut us off. Oh, by the way, guys, if they happen to cut you off on any one of the social medias, join X. On X, we have an exclusive broadcast, and I believe that on X, things should be okay. But regardless where you are following right now, I just want to put it out there in case you get hacked or you find it difficult to follow the conversation. Join on X, as we are broadcasting on all those platforms simultaneously. Another point of focus, What about us Africans? What do we say about all these things happening? What do we say about all these things happening? But also, can we flip the language? Can we flip the rhetoric? Because while we have so many people literally just energized to killing, can we just literally turn it right back down? Is it possible to turn it down? I suspect that it's possible. I also want to have an opportunity to have a quick Q&A, and then we will do a closure after that. So that's how the rundown of the conversation is going to go. And from there on, if you have a question, please by all means make sure that you do either call it in, send it in, text. I have a bunch of screen I'll be checking out on the social media, which was saying I'll do my best to follow up. However, in case you send something and I do not respond to you, please don't feel offended or don't feel like I simply just ignored you. Literally, I have so many things that I'm watching right now in front of me. So if I do not give you the attention you believe you would love to have while we having this broadcast, my apologies in advance. However, I will do my very best to give you the attention that you deserve, especially as it relates to the conversation we get ready to have. And if that's okay with you guys, I am ready to get started with this conversation. So now, like I say, those of you who have not followed the conversation, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, has literally broken the internet. He has broken the information pathway with his punch cards. Now, he was talking to an American ambassador Huckabee, and they were discussing whatever it is that they were discussing. But it so happened that through the conversation, Benjamin Netanyahu decided to share, his trophies. He decided to share that, his kill list. Guys, I want you to understand what I'm saying here. A little side note, because I think some of this may be similar. There have been so many wars all over the world. And with these wars, there are certain languages that has landed a lot of these world leaders in jails, either in ICC or ICTR or some sort of international criminal courts. However, the rhetoric that we see being utilized right now, especially here in the United States, in Israel, towards the war, it's quite an interesting, harsh rhetoric. Especially, they say, hey, what you gonna do? Given that nobody has anything to say, nobody has anything to do, you're basically gonna have to just let it be. But I'm wondering, is it okay that we literally ignore all these things happening? I'm wondering whether we are justified when a lot of these things are happening and you just look at it and you keep it moving. When a politician uses a strong language and it's okay, then on the flip side, when a terrorist or those who are regarded as terrorists uses the same languages, it becomes a problem. That's what we are seeing here. Now, from the lenses of an African, guys, we have had a share of our own wars within Africa. We have some jihad wars, we have nation-to-nation wars, we have militia wars, we have guerrilla wars, we have all kinds of wars right now taking place in Africa. And given all of that, the last thing we need, it's another war as Africans. Guys, millions and millions and millions and millions of innocent people have been literally killed because of these wars. Take, for instance, the DRC, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. I know most of you guys know the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Millions and millions and millions of people have been killed. So, given that this is what is happening, and it's been happening for over 30 years, do you really, really need more and more death in addition to what we have already been experiencing? When you see a harsh conversation taking place, when you see when a leader says, hey, we have just killed him, and we are ready to go kill some more, we are going to hunt. I mean, the rhetoric is just like there's no filter no more. What does that suggest to a younger person who's little aspiring to go in the military? What does that suggest to a kid who literally is being recruited by any of these terrorist groups? Especially if you have just bombarded his family or her family. And the kid doesn't understand any of the things that is taking place. What's going to happen? I will submit to you guys that a lot of this anger, a lot of this radicalism are results of this rhetoric. When you see these young people who have nothing to do with these wars, and all of a sudden a bomb comes and then it literally lands in the living room instead of the barracks, instead of the military barracks, then what are you going to tell that little kid who's going to survive or who happens to survive? He or she may be full of hate. And of course, the rhetoric surrounding will make sure that they understand that, hey, your parents were innocent. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But I want you to guys, I want you to really think the rhetoric that we have right now, especially on the global stage. How much is that fueling to these wars? How much is it fueling to future wars? Future wars that are literally boiling right now. Can we turn it down? Is there a button that we can push so that these wars actually can de-escalate? Can we de-escalate the language so that instead of actually losing more lives, we can save lives? I've seen rubbles. I've seen homes destroyed, cities destroyed, villages destroyed. We've seen so many bodies. And you wonder, are we becoming less and less and less human? Are we becoming animals that we have no mercies? I've seen people literally rejoicing over the death of children, over the death of babies, literally. And it made me feel something in my stomach. I couldn't even fully understand. When you rejoice over a kid who's a couple weeks old, what are you doing? Whatever happened to Ubuntu? Those of you who do not know Ubuntu, the concept of Ubuntu, we're supposed to be human beings better than animals. Our behavior should reflect Ubuntu. I won't get too much into the Ubuntu, but I want you to Google that. Because I know most of you guys, if you don't know already, I want to give you a challenge. Go ahead and Google it. Ubuntu, Ubuntu. Google it out. We're supposed to be better civilized human beings or creatures on this planet. However, we're behaving like we literally have no civilization, that we've never been civilized at all. So let's get into the conversation before I get heated, guys, because I promise you, I will do my very best to literally give you all that I want to show you tonight. And I'm wondering, guys, could you help me with my, give me the controls so I can have actually the mouse. I want to give you guys a presentation as we go. So I want to go right ahead and move on to my opening statement. I've already opened it. For those of you guys who are just joining us, I see a whole lot of you saying hello. We already in the conversation. If you haven't followed, we're talking about punches and cards. Punch cards and power. Part of it is abuse. Part of it it's instigating more harms to the people, instigating wars, instigating violence, and we want to talk about that tonight. We want to break it down. So, I don't know if you guys saw the video of Bibi Netanyahu. I want to ask of you who have seen it. And also my second question to you, are you proud of what you have seen? Did it make you feel ashamed? Did it make you feel sad? Did it make you feel disappointed? If you haven't seen it, and I'm not advocating for the video, by the way, for the context of this conversation, I would want to recommend that you get to watch it. Watch the video. And literally let me know what you think of that video. And I want you to hold on to those feelings, because there's so much more of where that came from in terms of emotions, in terms of feelings. If you are an Iranian, for example, I wonder, how are you feeling about that video? If you are one of these families who have already lost loved ones through these wars, how are you feeling? If you are an Israeli who just got bombed right now, how are you feeling about these wars? If you are an African who don't even know what is happening, what do you think is going to happen? Especially if you're coming from any one of these really hot countries that's been raged with wars for the past years and years and years of wars. But also if you've been in countries like UAEs, the United Emirates, where it was almost like a safe haven. All of a sudden, bombs are falling on you, missiles are falling on you, homes are destroyed. You're literally going in shittings. You are becoming a refugee, something that normally wouldn't even go in the same sentence. How are you feeling about this whole war going on? Guns, bullets, bombs. When they get out, when they go off, they don't discriminate. They could care less whether you're an American. They could care less whether you're an Iranian. They can care less whether you are an Israeli. They could care less whether you're African, a Chinese, or whatever background of origin that you are. A bomb would not discriminate. A missile is not going to discriminate. Bottom line, if you are in the wrong spot, whether you're fighting or not, that missile is going to get you. Your property, whatever it is in that proximity of that missile, is going to get you. So I want to ask of you, if we know that these wars are destroying human lives, these wars are destroying properties, these wars are destroying the future, the aspiration of a better tomorrow, why are we keep on fueling them? My second question, if we are better human beings, why is it that today now we're talking about assassination as a soap opera? Literally, open killings in front of a TV, where a child who's 6 years old, 10 years old, 15, 20, all backgrounds, they're all listening in. And all of a sudden they think it's okay. Now, like I said, if the script is flipped, what's going to keep a terrorist from doing the same thing openly and publicly, the same way we're seeing it on these major television studios? If a leader no longer has any reframes, no longer has any filters, and they can say whatever it is they want to say as if they are privately discussing the matters with, very few people, what kind of example are we giving? So, I'm going to give you guys a context. Since February 28th, I know most of you know, but if you do not know, the United States and Israel, they've been fighting. They literally attacked Iran, or Iran, depending on how you guys are saying it, and they bombed them. We've listened to so many reasons as to why they have done it. Whether right or wrong, the war is there right now. Now, they have not fully called it a war because of some technical jargons, legal technical jargons, but bottom line, this is a war. People have been dying. I've been trying to listen to all kinds of news from all sources. If you're listening to news straight from Iran, you get completely different rhetoric than the rhetoric you get from the West, than the rhetoric you get from Israel, than the rhetoric you get from other outlets. And that makes you wonder, to what extent are we being informed accurately? Are we receiving information that is explicitly packaged to cause us to behave in a certain way? If so, as a responsible citizen, how will you go and navigate through all this information and get the right intel, get the right information that will help you make an affirmative decision for what is happening right now. Based on the information that's being fed to all of us, we're literally making opinion based on the information that we have. If you happen to get the wrong information and you happen to make the wrong decisions, at what point will you say, hey, you know what, I was wrong, let me take it back? Or will you even bother doing that? Guys, the seasons we are in right now requires that we become not only prudent, but you need to literally seek out information. Don't just eat everything that's being fed in front of you. We're supposed to be better than these guys, more responsible. Especially you brothers and sisters Africans. You know Africa has been raged with wars on multiple occasions in many years. I would literally hope that as Africans, we do not fall into the trap of just swallowing everything that's being fed to us. There's so much more going on, guys. And it's imperative that you get to know what is happening. Research, get the right information from different sources. Guys, someone who cares, or if you are in a group of people who care about you, they're not just going to give you one side of a story. If they really want you to be as objective as you can be. Do not be happy, do not rejoice over innocent lives. Do not rejoice over people who are dying innocently, who are not even fighting. Don't take any side of that, guys. I want to literally ask of you to really refrain from doing that. Why? Because if you see others being killed, what if tomorrow is you? What if tomorrow is your family? And I'm sure it will be very different then. Which is why I really hope that we do not get to the point where we wish certain things aren't happening. My heart is aching for those innocent lives in the Middle East, in the Arab nations, in Israel, in Gaza, in Palestine. Guys, there are bombs after bombs after bombs after bombs, like they literally are living in a hell right now. And most of us, we are just there looking because we don't know what to do. You got gangsters in suits, literally terrorizing the whole entire globe. They can say whatever they want to say because they can. And they've showed that, hey, what you going to do anyway? I do what I want, when I want, who's going to say anything? And this is not the kind of world that we're supposed to be in, guys. And those of you who should be checking these powerful nations, you ought to be doing so. And don't chicken out either. Because I don't think our global community should really be idle when people are literally being killed to this extent. I know this is hard. I know this is tough. But guys, we got to keep it real. We have to keep it real. Now, I'm wondering, if you say, I am going to literally see a regime change to any one of the nations, what makes you think that tomorrow won't be your country? Next week it won't be yours? When you were just looking and watching. But also, what happens to the whole legal side of things? Who gives these guys the right to decide, hey, you gotta go, hey, you gotta go, hey, you gotta go? Who gives them the right? Just because you're big, just because you're powerful, it does not give you the right to come and literally knock me off. Now, if that's what we are literally aspiring for as a global community, then the whole page is changing. The whole template is changing. And we've seen it changing. There is recently we've seen the Maduro template, where now any powerful country can go and snatch a president out of their home and just take him to any country. As long as you're powerful enough, you can literally go and do what you want to do. Now, what happened to the little guy who cannot even defend themselves? So you can just literally wait for what's coming for you and then kumbaya? I don't think that is being a human like. We are better than that, guys. Especially those of you who are a powerful nation and you're just watching. There is a proverb in Kinyarwanda that says, "Buchabwi kwejo," which means you just never know about tomorrow. Like tomorrow is just another brand new day. You just don't know what comes tomorrow. Today things may be okay, but tomorrow may not be. I know most of you knows powerful nations that have existed throughout the humankind history, like Rome's. The Roman Empire was one of the biggest empire. The Greek Empire, the Greeks. Where are they today? Mali, Egyptians. There's so many empires who were so powerful, but they're no longer today. So hence the word Buchabwi kwejo. Like tomorrow is just another day. You just don't know what happens tomorrow. Now, I am not saying this because I mean you harm to any of you. I just want you to remember the history. Do not ignore that you are still a human being. Do not ignore that at any given time you can check out. You can stumble and bam, and you're gone. All of that, it's real. So for those of you who are really terrorizing the world, the global community, you ought to stop. And those of you who are chickening out, those of you who do not have the guts, the balls to say, hey, this is wrong, you find it within you to say something. I'll give you a small story. True story. True story. There's a testimony where a woman was being raped. And when she got raped, her partner or her husband was there. He was told to get out. Because those who did the deeds, they had guns. And so they went and they did the deeds. And after that, they got out. They beat the guy. They beat the husband. And of course, they did horrific, unspeakable thing to the wife. And once they were done, they left. And afterwards, the woman could no longer look at her husband. Not only that, the husband could no longer look at his wife. The neighbors didn't do anything. They couldn't get anybody to help them out because when they saw that these people were armed, they refused to help. Because they say, hey, you know what? If I dare do anything, it'll be me. They might even kill me. We know in places like the DRC, for example, South Sudan, rape is one of the weapons of choice. So just because you're small, just because you don't have the power, the strength to fight off a bully, to fight off someone who mean you harm, it should never mean that as a community, we shouldn't get together to protect each other. As a global community, we ought to get together and protect each other. We should say no to assassination, guys. We should say no to assassination. It is reckless, in my opinion, when you see a politician bragging about how many individuals that he or she has already killed. It is literally reckless and irresponsible. Not to mention, these constitute war crimes, guys. Now, the only problem, you won't see a lot of these powerful men and women see justice anytime soon because they're calling the shots right now. And because of that, it makes you wonder, do you need to become extreme? Do you need to become something you are not so that you can stop them? What has to happen so that these people can be stopped? in the most effective way, in the most legal way? What happened to the judicial system globally? How come nobody's saying anything? These are the questions right now that we are asking. Many of us. Most of us, we are scared because it's America, because it's Israel. The majority of politicians don't even look, especially Africans. Guys, I have never seen one single president on the whole entire Africa who had the balls to literally say, hey, stop killing innocent lives. I'm okay with a soldier fighting with another soldier, bombing each other. I'm fine with that because that's what they do. They have been trained to do that. If a soldier fights another soldier, it's a fair game. If a soldier fights off a child who happens to be a toddler, that's murder. That's literally extermination. Now, if a soldier bombs another soldier, it's fine. If a soldier bombs innocent, unarmed person, it's criminal, it's murder. And we're seeing a whole lot of that like that. But now, the strangest thing and the most, one of the things which is more, it's new and it's dangerous, but it also changes your mindset. Right now, someone who's dropping a bomb is in a little cubicle, a small cubicle. He's literally doing it the same way you will fight. You will be on a computer or on a video game playing. These drones are being flown by young people. Not just young people, all kinds of people who've been trained. Let me put it that way. They're literally in the comfort zone of the office, of their base, where not even a fly can harm them. Now, when they drop a bomb for them, they look at it the same way they drop a bomb in a game. However, the difference in the game, everything, it is just an illusion. But these young people are dropping bombs to real people. They're dropping bombs to babies. They're dropping bombs to families. Indiscriminate. Guys, there are Africans who have been literally killed in these wars just because they were visiting in the Arab nations or the Arab areas. If you listen to the global televisions, radio stations, social medias, you will see a whole list of all kinds of people who have been killed. Don't dare call them casualty of wars. People who are doing this, they literally have to face some sort of criminal action. They have to face some sort of criminal action. Because when all of a sudden you have a license to kill indiscriminate, then we're becoming animals. What keeps the terrorists from doing the same thing? That's the question that I have for you guys. If you indiscriminately choose to kill, what makes these terrorists not doing the same thing? Which brings me to the second point. This punch card that Bibi Netanyahu is using, what happens when the terrorist literally grabs the same punch card and decides now to do practice on their own targets? Right now, the drones are doing all the hitting. What if now these terrorists decide to repackage those IDEs to go on these social medias or any of these places that they would normally not even dare go and start practicing literally unaliving people randomly just because they can, indiscriminately just because they can? What's going to happen to all of us, guys? I would want to be in that situation the same way. I believe the same thing. I feel that you wouldn't even want to be there either. The kid who's literally dropping these bombs, I don't think that kid would want to be in harm's way. A general who's in a bunker because he doesn't want to be bombed, I don't think he would dare go in the harm's way. Yet, there is rejoice. Yet, there is some sort of like pendulum going wrong. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. But I want to raise an alarm to you young people, Gen Z. What is happening right now? Do not be shocked. Do not be surprised when it lands on your footsteps. It may be in the Middle East right now. It may be in the Arab nations right now. But now don't be shocked if it literally lands onto your neighbor, in your neighborhood tomorrow. Because you didn't do anything about it. But I would want that we stop it before it even picks up any more strength. I would want us to do all that we can to literally end these wars. Stop literally gratifying these wars. Stop funding these wars. Taxpayers, American taxpayers, Israelis taxpayers, and all of you global communities who are literally contributing in one form or another in these wars. You need to stand up and say no. In 2026, we should not be killing each other indiscriminately. There have been so many innocent killings. You cannot even count it anymore. The worst part of it, only one side has a license to kill, the other side doesn't. And what happened to the third side, innocent lives? What happens to them? Will there be reparations? Will there be justice? Will there be any viable investigations towards these killings? Now, in Africa, we were used to seeing so many killings, whereas, in fact, a lot of these dictators have been killing people. Now they feel like, they are vindicated. You cannot tell a dictator who's been killing his people that now what you're doing, because they see you doing the same thing now. They are emboldened right now because of what is happening. And we have to say no to that. In my opinion, we literally have to say no. Those of you who haven't seen or who haven't been following, we are in a critical time of our lives. Why do I say that it's a critical time? When you have leaders who no longer care at all, who no longer care to what happens to them because they're so powerful that the entire globe, guys, not one village, not one nation, not one region, not one continent. We're talking about the entire earth. When everybody just become like, hey, I don't know what's going on, leave me alone, we're in trouble. In Germany, when Adolf Hitler was in power and he exterminated a lot of Jews and other individuals and other people who were not fully actually even, not only the Jews were killed, but there were so many other innocent people who were killed. Guys, we still talk about the Nazi genocide up to this moment. And we talk about never seeing these things. Yet since then, we've had so many genocides. Since then, we have had so many genocides. Since then, we have not only genocides, we have live genocides taking place. And I'm wondering, when are we going to awake? When are we going to wake up, guys? When we will wake up and actually keep it real. We have to be brave and we have to say no. Literally. Now, I'm not sure if there is a law, at least to my knowledge, I don't think there is, where a politician can say, hey, my punch card, this is a list of the people that I'm going to kill. I've already got that one out. I already got this one out. I already got this one out. Basically, they can literally say, hey, this one is gone, this one is gone, this one is gone, and the list goes on. That's what Netanyahu is doing, guys. Can you imagine? I want to give you guys a scenario, okay? Can you imagine that? What's the name of that guy who was taken out by Obama? Bin Laden, yes. Can you imagine Bin Laden say, hey, I got a list of a few senators here. I got a list of a few presidents here. I got a list of, they lay down a few lists of people that they really want to take out. And then they will publicly go on any one of the social media or any one of the television, say, hey, my punch list includes such and such a president, includes such and such prime minister, it includes such and such general, and then they just go ahead and, embolden it, and then they give you the kill list. What would be happening at that point? I would submit to you, not only the internet will break, but all these major outlets will literally burn. They will burn the whole entire media industry. They will talk about it for so many, many, many months until wars start. But because it's either US, Israel, or any one of the guys who feel like they're powerful enough to say what they want to say, and everybody else, you just be like, hey, I heard nothing. Leave me alone. I got no beef with Bibi. I got no beef with Trump. They can do what they can do. They can do what they want to do. And they even saying it. Literally, Trump, just the other day, he was like, you know what? They want to go to Cuba. I want to take it. I want to do what I want to do with it. I want to take Iran. I want to do what I want to do with it. I want to take Venezuela. I can do what I want to do with it. Guys, imagine a leader. Just basically it's like a personal property. Remember the Belgian, King Leopold in the DRC. Oh, let me go to Goma. You know, nataka ile. Let me go to Kinshasa. Nataka ile. Let me go to Lubumbashi. I'm gonna take that. He had a private personal property in the DRC. And I'm wondering, is the United States doing the same thing? Is Israel doing the same thing? Guys, history is repeating itself. I'm asking a question, okay? I'm asking a question. Are they doing the same thing? Are we so subhumans to the degree where right now, whether we die or not, it doesn't matter? Because the biggest muscle has spoken, and that's just the way it is. What happened to the underdog? What happened to our resilience? What happened to the humanity, the Ubuntu? This is a question that's in the heads, in the minds of so many of you as we discuss offline. Guys, look how many wars we have gone through within these past 30 years, and then shrink it to 20 years, and then shrink it again to 10 years, and then now shrink it again to right now. How many wars we are in? This is literally a World War III that's there. Literally. This is a World War III. And with that, I hope that most of you guys remember, we have a responsibility. We literally have a responsibility. They're telling us that one of the networks had just taken us off air. They had just taken us off. And I think, is it TikTok? Okay. Apparently, TikTok didn't like what we are saying. They have literally disconnected the uplink. Guys, we love our nation. I love America. I love the idea of the United States. Freedom, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. This is the only country where you could be able to pursue the happiness in the way you believe you can pursue it. You work hard, you can get it done. Why can't we not pursue liberty and justice for all, literally, as the Constitution says? Why can we not pursue it? If any nations around the globe is off, why can we not approach them differently with our bombs, with our guns? Why can we not approach them in a way we do not shed blood? I will submit to you guys that it's possible. Instead of bringing a bomb and a gun on one side, bring in something else different. Bring in a word. If you have something you disagree with them on the right side, show them the alternative on the left side. I believe that we are better human beings where we can discuss issues in real time, where we can discuss even the most difficult conversation. I believe that we have matured to the degree that we can have them. I truly believe that we can do that. So, America, we have a challenge. Gen Z, we have a challenge. We have to literally be better human beings. We have to literally find a way to sell our ideas, to sell our conviction to the global village, but not having to shed blood consequently. Let us now find ourselves in the labyrinth of lies. Let us not find ourselves in a position where you get fed information and then you do not fact check them, and then you react to them to the point, to the degree where it harms another human being. We are better than that in 2026. We are literally better than that in 2026. And I will submit to you that it may take a little extra hard work, but I believe that we can do it. Not only we can do it, I believe that we can get it done in the most responsible way possible. I truly believe that we can get it done. The question is, are we willing to put in that extra work to make it happen? And I will submit to you that the answer is yes, in my opinion. The answer is yes. And it is for this reason that I hope that we can literally work together and rectify the mistakes that are being made in real time. Let's get together and find out what's the beef with these politicians. What's going on with them to the degree that innocent lives are being killed indiscriminately. Let's figure out a way to resolve these issues without shedding any more blood. I will literally submit to you. Now, you know that in Africa, currently, we have been devastated by many wars. We cannot afford to be in an extra war right now. Take, for instance, on the East Africa side. From Somalia, there's been war for as long as we can remember. Sudan has a war right now. South Sudan has a war. Eritrea has a war. Ethiopia has wars. Djibouti, it's like a base where other wars are literally being. From Djibouti, you can attack any other countries. Now, I know that some of you may say, hey, what are you saying? Djibouti is hosting a lot of nations who are raging wars in other countries. That's what I'm saying, because I want to make sure that I'm on the record. So as an African nation, at what point do you realize that you have a hand in these innocent lives as well? If it's a money issue, are there ways we can actually find, are there ways we can find money, we can find funds without having to literally soak ourselves in blood? I will submit to you that we can. Moving on to Central Africa, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Guys, for 30 years, millions and millions and millions of people completely dead. Innocent lives. Plenty of them are innocent. They're still dying today. Just yesterday, a few days ago, Rwanda and the DRC, they were here in Washington, try to figure out a way to implement that agreement that they have just recently signed so that we can have some sort of peace I truly hope that we can maintain, that we can stop killing each other. We do well when we are not killing each other. We absolutely do well when we are not killing each other. Thanks to those of you who have had a hand in it. Because today there is a child who's sleeping without having to worry whether his or her mom is going to be alive tomorrow. There's a mother who's sleeping tonight without having to worry that she might get raped. There's a father who's sleeping tonight without having to worry whether he's going to be losing his whole entire family tomorrow. If you go home and you sleep comfortably in the comfort of your own home, why can't you now see that there are refugees who would like nothing more than just those few hours of just quiet sleep? People who would want to just go home and take a shower, who haven't showered in so many years. Because in the refugee camp, that's a luxury. We can do better, guys. As human beings, we can absolutely do better. When I see what is happening on the west side of Africa, the jihadist wars. Guys, I don't understand why, as Africans, we cannot get together and fight off every little arm that's causing havoc in Africa. Why can we not get together and literally fight them off? I would hope that as Africans, we literally forge arms. We form the unity and do what we have to do as Africans. Keep each other from being trapped into these endless wars. When we fight, when we die in these wars, nobody wins. Except the person who's behind the scene, watching where everything is at. I will submit to you that when you pay attention to what is happening in Africa, when you pay attention to what is happening in the Middle East, the people who are literally running the show are behind the scene. They're literally behind the scene. And we have a responsibility to pay attention to what is happening so that we get to know who are these people and why is it that we're falling through these traps. We shouldn't be falling into these traps. We should not be falling into these traps at all. So I truly, truly hope that we get it together. As Africans, I would hope that not only we say no to these wars, but we actually find the courage to help our brothers and sisters who are not in Africa, elsewhere, to also arise and we all say no together. Like I said, so many innocent lives. As a human being, I cannot stomach these many deaths taking place. I can absolutely not stomach it. It's driving me insane to see these innocent lives. Guys, just 2 days ago, there's a clip that I watched on the phone. A mother was literally digging her baby out of the rubber in Iran. She was crying, and then she was literally crying, and she was calling the baby's name. And of course, I don't know, it must be the mother instinct. That baby was still alive by the time she got through her. But she was like literally with her own hands, she was digging out of a rubber. And then a few other people came and helped her. The cameraman was literally showing, and I was like, oh my God. From Iran to DRC, to Mali, to Burkina Faso, to Sudan, to South Sudan, to Somalia, there's so many wars. The stories are so many. If we cover these stories and we see these atrocities taking place, maybe, and just maybe, we may start losing the appetite of these wars. Maybe and just maybe, we may actually act upon rules and regulations that may condemn the people who are waging these wars. Maybe and just maybe, we may hold responsible the people bringing in these guns, these weapons in our villages, in our homelands. And maybe and just maybe, we may hold accountable politicians, lawmakers, the people who are supposed to protect us. We should be holding them accountable so that they can do what they have literally agreed, contracted to do on our behalf. Which brings me to the closure of the conversation today. Africa, we have so many so-called dictators. They literally do as they please in most of the time. You have the rule of law. However, some of them, they take it to the next notch and they literally go against the rule of law. We have many examples. I am wondering, when you see what is happening in Iran right now, whereas now it's okay to have a punch list and literally decide who to make a target today, tomorrow, and so on. What happens now if you, in your own nations, people start deciding to have their own punch lists? Terrorists have their own punch lists. They come in our villages, they come in our hometowns, they come in our towns, our cities, and they have these indiscriminate random targets. What are we going to do? After all, they looking at it. They seeing it from these powerful leaders of the free worlds. And they say, hey, if they can do it, why can we not do it? Guys, I would want us to fight off against these rhetorics. This is not okay, in my opinion. We should not be supporting these open killings, these open assassinations. We should not be supporting it. If these leaders have been killing and unaliving their own people, take them to court. Let them have a day in court. If you have the strength to go fight him gun to gun, missile to missile, why not go and grab him and take him to court? That way we can literally spare many innocent lives. I plead with you, America. I plead with you, Gen Z. I plead with you, younger adults or young people. I plead with you, our fathers or mothers. I plead with you, politicians. Please end these wars. We have so many things to do on this planet. There's so much resources, so many resources we can use if we are not being greedy. There's so many projects that we can work on together, uplift one another, instead of killing one another. If somebody merits to be killed, then take him to the proper channel, so that those who actually are qualified to decide who dies and who lives can say so. Because after all, that's the understanding we have as a people and governments, as a people and leaderships. But when we get to the point where a leader decides and you have zero saying in it, and that leader is supposed to be a servant, then we're missing the whole concept of democracy. We're missing the whole concept of Ubuntu. We are missing the whole concept of humanity, of creatures who are far more smart than animals. I wish that you get to see what I'm saying. I hope that this punch list gets to be taken offline. I hope that there's no more bragging openly about punch list. And I hope that nobody takes the template of this punch list and go spin off their own little version of punch list and go in the open killing spree. Literally, this is almost like it's becoming cool to assassinate publicly. It's becoming cool to say, hey, you know, I don't like that guy. Let's go take him out. As another human being, a human being to a human being, what are we becoming if I can say, you know, I just don't like you. Let me take you out. Just because I can. It's not okay, guys. It is literally not okay. And I pray and hope that we really change this. I truly pray and hope that we change it. Because refusing to do so, it's irresponsible. Refusing to see that we have to stop it, it's irresponsible. Refusing to do this, it's un-American. And refusing to do this is unhuman. Let the innocent lives live a long life that they're supposed to live. Allow these children to live their own lives. These babies have never chosen to be born in Iran, to be born in Syria, to be born in Lebanon. They have never chosen to be born in DRC. They never had a saying in being born in Sudan or South Sudan, being born in Eritrea or Somalia or Ethiopia. So do not bomb them because they happen to live in a wrong country that you do not like. If you really have an urge of bombings, bomb somebody else who has the same strength as you, not the innocent lives. It's literally irresponsible that we allow these things to happen openly. It's irresponsible on our end. And I hope that we can do better as a people. I truly hope that we can do better. I believe we can do better as Americans. I believe we can do better as humankind. And I hope that we can act upon it. My last wish is that those of you who are innocent and those of you who fear that tomorrow may be you, have the courage to speak up. Have the courage to reach out to another human being, just like you. Give him a condolences. Ask him if there's anything you can do. Don't mind your business, because this is beyond your business. It's beyond all of our business. One innocent blood is enough for all of us to say, hey, this is not okay. Let alone a country. Let alone countries. So let's put a stop to this. A message to our congressmen and women and our senators. We love and respect you guys. Do what you're supposed to do as representative of the free world. We're supposed to be Americans. We're supposed to have high standards. We're supposed to show those that we believe aren't in the light the right way to go. Do what you have to do. Do what you should be doing openly and stop these wars. Don't be afraid to uplift the people who are powerless, who cannot do for selves. Help them out. Remember, Roman Empire was huge, was big. It's no longer. There have been many empires in whose time they literally thrived. They did all they could do. But today they're no longer. In your season, America, do the right thing so that history will always remember you. Do the right thing to the global village, to the global community. Give us example on the right thing to do, how to do it. Even if we don't know, let's figure it all out together. Lastly, I really want to express my condolences to all innocent lives perishing today. Innocent lives who have perished, the loved ones who are left behind. We know these times are very difficult for you all. We know these times nobody can console you. Nobody can say anything to make you feel right. But we want to say that we see you. I want to say that I see you. I want to say that I've been where you are right now. I've been in the war, guys. And being in a war, it's not fun. When you know you're about to die and at any given moment, it's not funny. It's not a badge of honor saying that I've faced death for so many times. It's not a badge of honor. But it's to say that I can to a certain degree relate to what you guys are going through. Guys, when I was in Rwanda, which is where I was born, in 1994, I faced death so many times. I wasn't supposed to have been alive today. But God Almighty said that it wasn't my time to go. I've seen so many others who were right next to me, perishing in front of me, in the worst kind of way that you can leave this earth, that you can die. Even I was a part of it. I was being beaten. Machete in my back, puff. But I'm still alive today. Now, is it because I was better than them? No. Many people died in front of me. I was with them as it was happening, but I'm still alive right now. So when I see someone who grabs a remote control, flies any one of these warfare equipments and drop a bomb or shoot innocent lives, it aches me. It hurts me. It hurts my spirit. Especially when they're so young. They're only looking at a TV screen and they believe that they're playing a game. Or they have been so desensitized that they do not feel like they had just literally committed a murder. Unjustifiable murder. They do it once, twice, 3 times, they keep at it, they keep at it until it's not even a thing. They say, hey, what's my leaves today? Bam, 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 bam. I really hope that we can really dial back and bring back our humanity. I really hope that we can dial back and bring back our Ubuntu. Congressmen and women, please speak up as fathers, as mothers, as representative of this great United States of America. It's not just an honor, it is a privilege to be sitting in those seats that you are sitting in right now. I wonder what Washington would be saying if he was looking at everything that you guys are doing today. I wonder what Jefferson would be saying if he was looking at what is happening today. I wonder what a lot of these founding fathers will be saying when they see what is happening in the house of ours today. Let's do better because we can. Let's do better because it's an American thing to do. Let's do better because it's a human thing to do. America, do not go down full of blood of innocent lives. America, see and help the helpless. That is one of the hallmarks of the United States of America, to help the helpless, not to bomb the helpless. Last but not the least, it is a privilege to be allowed to speak freely like this. I know that in some countries, I will be in a jail right now as we speak. In some countries, literally, they won't even allow me to have 5 minutes of speaking what's on my heart. As you saw, TikTok shut us off. TikTok took us offline. But I thank God for platforms like X. I thank God for other platforms like radio station and TV stations who are bold enough who say, you know what, we will hear what you have to say. Because after all, this is an American thing to do. In America, we can discuss things. Even the most difficult thing we can discuss. It doesn't make it right or wrong. It doesn't make me right or you wrong. But we put everything on the table. We express our opinions. We bring facts where facts are available. And we discuss it in open. That's what I was taught that America is. I was never taught that in America, you literally go under the desk and you go hide. I was never taught that in America, a president says one word and nobody says anything about it. I was never told that in America, you fear the leaders. I was told that in America, a president is a servant of the people. He works for the people. He works in the interest of the people, in the interest of the Americans. I wonder how many Americans right now want to see baby toddlers being literally exterminated. I wonder how many Americans would want to see innocent children being literally exterminated. I would submit that none of you would want that. But it's happening right now, unfortunately. It's happening under the watch of Congress people. It is happening under the watch of senators. It is happening under the watch of these generals. It's literally happening under the watch of so many men and women who have literally said that they will protect every single life. We need to rekindle our commitments. We need to be true patriots, guys. The land of the free should always be the land of the free, not the land of the unfree. Let's bring that back. So with that in mind, I know I've said a lot. I know that there are so many comments that came through. And let me actually look here first and see how many of you says anything about it, how many of you had something to say. And then after that, I will answer any question that you have. If you have something to say, I also want to say welcome. Come and say whatever it is that you have to say. And then we will close the broadcast. Guys, it is so, I'm going to say it anyway. Platforms like TikTok, I don't know who runs them, but it is an American that you fear open conversation. However, though, we've seen a lot of other politicians who also equally fear open conversations. So I hope that we can actually work hard to be responsible citizens and really work hard to see our represented voice, our represented wishes in front of us, yielding the right fruits. I want my vote to matter. I want my desire in terms of peace and justice to matter. I would wish and I would want that you also see yours as having some sort of value to our collective. Guys, there's so much to say. I would wish that the justice system does what it's supposed to do. I literally wish that the justice system should do what it needs to do. Okay, let me read a few things, and then we go home. Thank you, Freeman, for being courageous. I enjoy the program. Thank you. Young man, there's so much you have yet to learn about a lot of these people, a lot of these politicians. There's so many things that haven't been communicated to us. There's so many players on the field. There's so many unknowns. You only have a drop in the bucket of the whole picture. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that comment there. Another comment says, thank you so much. Where are you located? Guys, I think you guys can put that phone number again. I'm in the United States, guys. I'm in the United States. I'm in the United States right now. Another person here says, hi, Liddy. Thank you. Thank you. You said so many things that I wanted to say myself. Thank you for being brave. To be honest, I'm not brave. I'm not even trying to be brave. I just believe that we have to say what we have to say. I believe that it's a civic duty of mine to say and to speak up, especially when I see that something is off, something is wrong. Guys, I kid you not, if you were my neighbor and I see burglars coming to your spot and then I see that them harming you, I will literally call out on your behalf. I will call out for help. I wouldn't want nothing bad to happen to you, whether we're friends or not. Because as a human being, they are the very basic of the basic of the basic that I should always do. And that's just being a good neighbor, a good brother, another decent human being. And consequently, I cannot stomach a lot of these things that are taking place right now. I'm not being political. I'm just being a human being right now. Guys, I've never been to Iran. Also, let me set the record straight. I have never been to Iran at all. I don't know anybody in Iran. But I watch TV. I listen to the radio. I don't just listen to any radio. I listen to a whole lot of radio stations. I have multiple sources of information. Meaning, I do not only watch or listen to one source of information. I listen to a lot of information. Not only I listen to it, I go back and I literally try to research to get to the bottom of things. I do not always get it right, but I do my very best to try to fully understand what is happening. My brothers and sisters, especially Africans, we've been adopted in so many countries. If you are an African in the Middle East or in any one of these Arab nations who currently are under some sort of like wars, I plead with you to pay attention to what is happening. Now, it doesn't mean that I don't want to see the rest of you guys who are in the same predicament. As brothers and sisters, as Africans, we've seen a share of horrific things. Oftentimes, we repeat the cycle of the same thing. I will want to submit to you that we must be brave. I would want to see us being a little bit more brave this time around. I would want to see us do things differently. Guys, we have many opportunities to do some of the things that our forefather never got a chance to do. Our grandpa never got a chance to do. Our fathers never got a chance to do. Those who came before us have never got a chance to do it. We have opportunities to undo some of the wrong things that were done. We have opportunity also to participate into cleaning the dirt that's already out there. If that opportunity is in your lap, don't just push it to somebody else. Run with it, guys. Run with it. Run with it. It's a privilege to literally be here today. It's a privilege to be speaking with a lot of you on television, on a radio, on social media. It's a privilege, guys. And it's a privilege to listen to me. Today, literally, we ask for the airtime so that we can speak up. But one of the things that I realized, most of you are afraid. I read some of the notes here. And most of you don't have the courage to say what you would like to say. Because you fear for your life, you fear for the opportunities that may be taken away from you. I understand. I want to let you know I'm not suicidal. I like opportunities. In fact, I'm looking for opportunities. The right opportunities. But just because I'm looking for opportunities, I'm better tomorrow than I had today. It doesn't mean that now I need to mind my business when another fellow human being is being harmed. What if these wars find us here in the United States, guys? What if these wars find us here? What if the missiles land here? What if these drones land here? What are we going to do? Most of us, we do not speak, we do not talk. Because these wars, we see them on TV, it doesn't really click. Because it's many miles away. But if we ever been in a harm's way, I will submit to you that you will behave different. But why should you smell rotten eggs? Eat them instead of listening when someone say, hey, do not smell these rotten eggs. Stay away from these rotten eggs. Some of the things, some of the life experiences, we do not need to go through them. You don't have to go through a genocide to know that innocent life or lives lose. Literally, they perish. You don't have to be in any one of these hot terrain. You don't have to be under siege of bombs. You don't have to be under horrific experiences to know that, hey, I really do not want any of this in my backyard. If we do not want it in our backyard, why would we want it in somebody else's backyard? If we do not want it in our own backyard, why would we give our taxpayer dollars to rage the same experiences in somebody else's backyard? This is a question that I want to leave you with. To what degree are you an accomplice to what is happening right now? Are you going to do anything about it? To what degree are you going to self-educate a little more, seek out more information than what you currently have, so that you can tell your congressman, your senator, your representative that, hey, please, I need you to actually go and speak on my behalf that that's not okay, that's not okay, that's not okay. At what point are you going to actually participate a little bit more as a citizen? It's our duty, guys. It's our duty. Because if we don't do it, those who do not care will do it on your behalf. And what they are going to do would have no bearings to your wishes. They would not be representing you in the way you will represent yourself had you taken the time to fully understand what they are doing. So, again, please, 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 do think it through. Literally, do think it through. And make sure that your wishes are fully represented. And if they're not fully represented, guys, we will be voting soon. Make sure that you vote right. Make sure that if a senator, make sure that if a House representative, any of these representatives are misrepresenting you, make sure that you vote them out in the upcoming elections. If you have never voted, make it a point that you go and vote this time around. It's important and it's imperative that we voice our wishes and desire through the polls, guys. If these leaders won't listen, let's vote them out. If your wishes are represented, then that's okay, kumbaya. But if they're not being represented accordingly, let's actually show them that, hey, we are not okay with what's happening. But let's not allow silence to be literally the license for these generals to go and commit all kinds of atrocities in our names. Let us not be those kind of people. We are better than that. We are better human beings. Those of you who have asked for our number, please, could you please put our number there? Because I want to make sure there's someone who keeps on sending a message that they want to know our phone number. Please put our number there so that they can have it. It's +1 240 626 7268 +1 240 626 7268. You can text, you can use Telegram, you can use WhatsApp or regular landline. I prefer that you use Telegram, guys, or WhatsApp. Why? Because those two platforms are safe and secure. Secondly, you don't spend as much money. You are going to be using data. If you want to call and you're not in the United States, it's going to be very expensive. So I will probably discourage that. I prefer Telegram. I'm on Telegram. So you can find me on Telegram through that number. If you call it in, I'll pick it up at the studio. Those of you that I didn't respond to, it was because most of your questions were not related to the conversation. I will respond to you as soon as we get off air. I want to promise you that, because tonight I want to make sure that I do that before we get out. Lastly, I want to give a huge thanks to our technical team. I want to give a huge thanks to television networks, to radio networks that are carrying our signal. Those of you who are carrying our images, thank you. It's a humbling experience and an amazing opportunity to be speaking today. Those of you who are behind the scenes, making sure that these images are uplinked in so many places, I want to give you a huge thanks. We want to express our gratitude for this opportunity to be in front of you. Last but not the least, to those of you who are watching us live right now, I want to express my absolute thanks to you all, because you literally have been with us throughout this whole entire broadcast. I know that these are sensitive discussions. What we have spoken, it's very tough to swallow. We're passionate about it, but that's what we are dealing with today. So I want to express my gratitude to you all, that you have been here, that you've been with me. So many messages that came through. I will do my best to respond to as many messages as possible. Call me up. But also we did give you our number, our email, and so on. Use it if you want to get in touch with us so that we may be able to continue offline. And I promise you, this conversation is going to continue. Those of you who want our email, it's info@afridominion.com. info@afridominion.com. It is with humble that I say thank you. Thank you to our engineers. Thank you to our cameramen, our camera women, and thank you to every single one of you who has made this program, this broadcast, a reality. I'm exceedingly happy, and I am exceedingly humbled and thankful for this opportunity to serve you. And I want to promise you, I am not going to do anything less than what you see today. I truly believe in doing the right thing. I do not always do the right thing, but I want to learn. If I fault you, please let me know. If I say something that may have offended you, I want to say sorry, and I want to apologize. But if I have offended you, not because if you were offended by what I have said, but it's the truth, I cannot say that I'm sorry. Sometimes we need to hear what we don't want to hear, especially when it's the right thing to say. I truly believe that I brought a clean heart as I communicate with you, as I sat in front of you, as I use this microphone. I have a clear and a clean heart. I don't have any hate within me, within my heart. I have nothing but love. I don't want to see innocent life perish. I want us to be responsible. I want us to be human beings. And I want to do the right thing while I'm still breathing. And I want to make sure that there won't be a time that someone might say, why did you not do even the little that you could have done? So this is my 2 cents. A huge thanks to every single one of you who have been with us. Guys, there's so much more where this came from, and I promise you, this is just the beginning, guys. This is just the beginning. If you have liked this broadcast, please reach out to us and let us know. And help us to actually have other broadcasts like this, because we intend to have many more broadcasts going forward. I am Freeman here at AfriDominion. I want to wish you a beautiful evening. If you're going to bed, have a good night. If you're just waking up, have a beautiful morning. And if you are still on our time zone here in the United States, enjoy your evening, guys. Until I see you guys again. Actually, I'll see you tomorrow. For those of you guys at the studio, have a beautiful evening. So long for now.